Welcome to the Valdez Family Homestead, and thank you so much for joining us today here on our channel. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all this useful information we have to bring you here on our tiny homestead. But let's go ahead and get into today's video. So we're doing something a little different here on the homestead today. Wanted to give you guys some useful information on something you could have laying around in your household or you've used in the past. What we're talking about today is magnesium sulfate, also known as Epsom salt. So I'm sure a lot of you had heard of it and known maybe some of the uses for Epsom salt, but I'm gonna give you tons more uses that you might have not known about. So I've just got a cheap bag of the magnesium sulfate here. This is just the Equate Walmart brand. This is all I could find at the time when we were needing more and we ran out, and I got 2 bags of it here. Since we are a homestead, let's get into the first use. My most important information I can give to you if you have vegetables, plants on your homestead, Epsom salt can be great for your plants. If you did not know this, just like humans, plants can have magnesium deficiency. So when the plants are turning yellow, look a little bit sad and down, they may be low on magnesium. And so if you take about a gallon of water, 2 teaspoons of the magnesium sulfate, you mix that up. You want to take that and put it in a spray bottle, and once you get it in there, you want to just spray the plants daily. When you're watering them, spray them daily so they can get their magnesium levels back up. So that's number 1. It'll give your plants that luscious green look to them, and not only that, help them grow to healthier vegetables and plants. That is my favorite use for Epsom salt. So just to name out a few plants that will love you for giving them more magnesium sulfate are going to be your acid-loving plants such as azaleas, your roses, your blueberries, and your hibiscus. And so not only that, if you have a pest problem such as slugs, this will keep them away. Not only is it good for those pests, but if you have troublesome raccoons in your area and they are getting into your chicken coops or into your plants, stealing things from your homestead, if you take some Epsom salt and spread it around the area where you're having trouble, like it's around your chicken coop, they do not like the scent of the Epsom salt, so it tends to keep those predators away. So that's another good use that ties in with the use of helping your garden, also and helping your chickens. Let's go ahead and get into number 2, one of my other favorite uses of Epsom salt. Over time, you get those showers that can produce mold or start to discolor into like a yellow color. If you mix it into water, such as you were gonna give it to your plants, kind of the same concept, you spray it on your grout and you scrub that, and you'll see that grout turn beautiful white again. So that's another tip if you are needing a solution to help you out and getting that shower back to the way it was in the beginning. Number 3 is going to be for bug bites. I know some of us have different allergic reactions to bug bites. We're getting into the spring and summer days to where those mosquitoes are gonna start coming out, and a great solution is mixing half a cup of water and half a cup of Epsom salt. When you spray it onto your skin, it's gonna relieve that itchiness sensation that you have when you get those mosquito bites. Let's go ahead and get into another one of my favorites. So I know working hard on the homestead, some of us tend not to use gloves, especially when we're working with wood. Sometimes we're not always protecting our hands, and when we're working with wood, if you get a splinter, the smallest thing can hurt so bad, and getting those pesky little splinters out is sometimes a pain, especially if they've gone deep into the skin. So another use of Epsom salt, if you soak the affected area with Epsom salt and water, you want it to be with warm water so it helps open those pores up, and to help get that splinter to the surface, the magnesium in Epsom salt will help reduce inflammation around that splinter, helping you to get it easier. Because I know we tend to, when we get a splinter, we grab the tweezers or a safety pin and we tend just to pick at it, mess with it, and all we're doing is making ourselves bleed more. So that'll help out a ton if you soak it in the Epsom salt for about 15 minutes and then attempt to remove the splinter. It'll help out a ton. Speaking of splinters, I've experienced this quite a bit myself. I don't want to gross anyone out here on the channel, but ingrown toenails. I know if you get those, I tend to get those a lot, especially if you wear tight shoes. You tend to get those more, or you cut your nails wrong. I know how painful those can be, but Epsom salt, if you soak your foot in Epsom salt, it'll not only relieve that pain, but get that inflammation down so you're able to remove that ingrown toenail. So that's another good tip. If you do run into that situation, soak your foot in some Epsom salt for about 15 to 20 minutes and a warm bath, and that will help a ton to help you alleviate the pain and get that ingrown toenail out. I know from working on the homestead, I am guilty of it, not putting on sunblock to protect that skin from the UV rays. Getting sunburn can sometimes be very painful. We tend to go to aloe vera, but Epsom salt can be much better in alleviating that pain from sunburn. So aloe vera works great, especially if you have aloe vera growing on your homestead. You get that fresh aloe vera and you rub it on that sunburn. It's gonna help you out a ton in alleviating that pain. But the inflammatory properties inside of Epsom salt are a great alternative. You can either mix a solution in a bottle and spray the areas that were affected by the sunburn, or even soaking in a bath of Epsom salt, like 2 cups in a bath, and just soak in it for about 20 minutes, and it'll alleviate that pain. And not only that, it'll help that skin heal faster from the sunburn. Getting into more uses of the body, sometimes our bodies can be stressed, we're not getting enough sleep, our serotonin levels can be really low, and magnesium sulfate is a great option to get that magnesium back in the body and to help those serotonin levels. So if you find yourself sleep deficient, not only that, you can feel sad, down, like you can't get through the day. Epsom salt can help that out if you soak in a bath. Now, a lot of people out there will recommend soaking in an Epsom salt bath at least twice a week to help you get those magnesium levels back up. And stuff like that we tend not to watch out for, but Epsom salt has a great use for all of these things. So not only does it help to get those serotonin levels back up to improve your sleep, it also lowers your stress levels because you're getting that extra sleep. It is giving your body those magnesium levels that they need to get back up to. So soaking in a bath of Epsom salt at least twice a week can help you out a ton, and you'll notice the changes if you do it. Not only is it gonna help those serotonin levels, get that stress down, since it is an anti-inflammatory, soaking in that bath also is gonna help you get those pain levels down. So working on the homestead, our bodies tend to get very sore and achy, especially if you're moving a lot, carrying heavy things, banging yourself around, your body can get bruises. The Epsom salt being absorbed into your body is gonna help you alleviate all those pains and aches, and it'll get you back to that healthy state that your body needs to be in with those magnesium levels. Another great use for Epsom salt. I know a ton of people tend to lean towards stuff over the counter when they either have acne or blackheads, any exfoliator that can clear up your skin. We lean to those products that are on those counters that have all sorts of ingredients we don't even know about. We can't even pronounce half of them. Sometimes not only are they not doing anything, sometimes they can make the situation worse and break you out more. Using Epsom salt as an exfoliator is not only natural, it's actually going to give you that healthier skin that you're looking for. So it can alleviate any blackheads that you have on the surface if you do it daily. And if you have problems with acne, it can get your face clear if you're exfoliating. You want to research all this stuff and see how much you're going to need to use. So take my advice and do your research so you can see how to use it to exfoliate your skin. It can also help your hands. If you mix some Epsom salt with olive oil and rub it together on your hands, it can get your hands back to the state they need to be, especially if you use your hands a lot to work. They're dried out, they're all cut up. It is a great use to exfoliate your hands as well. And of course, after you rub it in your hands really good for about 3 minutes, you want to wash that off. You don't want to keep it on the skin. Also, look up and do your research on how to use it for your hands as well, and your hair. Yes, ladies, you heard me right. For your hair. Look it up, but Epsom salt is a great use for your hair, especially if you have dry, frizzy hair. It can help get those vitamins and minerals back in your hair that your hair needs to be strong and healthy. So you want to look that up, but it'll help also in that situation. So I've come to you guys today with tons of uses that Epsom salt comes in handy on the homestead. You can look up, do your research out there. There's tons more uses I did not give you here today, but I hope I was able to enlighten you and give you some information that you can use and help you out, and also do more research to get more uses of the Epsom salt. I want to thank you guys so much for being here with me today, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and give this video a big thumbs up. But until the next one, see you guys later.